Our ambitions for growth and reaching out for new audiences mean that it's becoming increasingly important to look beyond our existing customer base. So we're increasingly looking at the whole mix of data, what people are doing as well as just what people are saying. Their actions quite often tell us more than what they're telling us. Measuring customer experience online is a challenge. There's a huge number of tools available. We use a number of them. We're trying to move away from continually badgering people and asking them for their views. A lot of it is about the analytics, looking at where people are moving through processes, understanding those pain points, where they're falling out, getting their views, following those processes. Net Promoter Score, Net Ease Score are all playing an important part of how we measure those key processes and experiences really. Unifying the teams is hard because you've got tools that kick out the different pockets of data. So really trying to bring those teams together, getting them to work as multi-disciplined sort of squads. We're trying to move towards a more agile way of working. Stand-ups play an important part in that, so people can easily and quite casually share that information between each other. Traditional analytics is massively important. I suppose it depends how you regard traditional analytics though, because I think in my view traditional analytics has moved on leaps and bounds over the past few years, and we've invested and focused quite heavily in that area. Our clients quite often take a long time. Those user journeys extend over periods of days, months, years for some people before they make that final decision. So increasingly understanding what people are doing over the course of that journey, which quite often takes place on multiple devices in multiple locations at different times of day and different environments. So us being able to stitch together that ultimately traditional analytics into a much deeper picture is incredibly important. We've learned a lot over the past few years and realised that it's not just about the investment in technology. You've got to invest in the people, you've got to have the people on the front end of it as well, otherwise it's just data for data's sake and technology for technology's sake. You've got to have the people who are there, really digging around the data, pulling it out, getting that insight from it, and passing it to the rest of the team so that they can actually action on it. More data doesn't necessarily mean more insight, and we're still on that journey. We've created more and more data over the past sort of few years, but we're probably still really at the start in terms of actioning that and being able to make the most of that data. We've made quite a few changes over the past year or two and continuing to evolve how we organise the marketing teams. We were very traditional in kind of online-offline marketing split. Bringing those two sides together has been incredibly important, and we're still on that journey of really sort of building out one team so that we are covering that multi-channel journey and really thinking how our clients think. We're increasingly focusing on sort of separate client segments so that we can really target the audiences in the best way with the most appropriate content. So aligning teams across disciplines but in line with those segments is really important going forward to make sure that they get that appropriate, relevant and consistent experience across all channels, because actually offline is still important to us and plays an important part of our business despite the rise in digital. I think GDPR is going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons. I think it'd be interesting to see what trends and technology emerges out of that. I think it will help clean up and simplify some of the marketing practices, but I think that will keep the industry busy and entertained for the foreseeable, I should imagine. But I think for us, it's our focus is on really the front-end digital tech that will enable us to deliver a more tailored experience to people on the front end. It's an increasingly important part of how we think as we grow. We're dealing with over 1 million clients now, so they don't want all the same thing. To one client, the perfect experience is all the numbers, all the detail, everything there in one go. To another client, it's all about simplicity and not overcomplicating it. So that our ability to easily and quickly respond to that and develop and tailor the experience will be very important to us.